All right, so we're going through the last set of notes for this mini unit, and it's going to be on mitosis. This is one of the things that does set you up really well for living environment. So taking these notes, writing pictures down to help you with this will definitely help you in the future. So we're going to skip 5 and 6, and we're going to go to 7, 8. That's it. We're not going to do anything else, just 7, 8. In mitosis, the cellular DNA is duplicated in order to make a copy of itself. True or false? On the left-hand side. Number 8, the number of chromosomes is doubled after mitosis. True or false? On the left-hand side. All right, go back to notes. When I was talking about pictures, drawing these right here next to the words can help you to visualize to remember what's going on. So as you grow, which everybody does every day, and get older, your cells divide to make copies of itself. For instance, if you have a small, like a paper cut or a regular cut, your cells will divide, your skin cells will divide and make new copies of itself just so that it goes back to where it was. Like you get your cover, even if it's a scar, your skin copies itself so that it heals you, in essence. So mitosis is the duplication of cells and all of the parts of that specific cell, which takes place in the nucleus. The organelle that we learned about in the last set of notes, the organelle of the nucleus, which holds the DNA. The nucleus divides into 2 identical nuclei, creating the two, like a clone almost. So the chromosomes. In the nucleus, you have chromosomes. Those contain the DNA, the genetic material for you in them, or for whatever it is that it's a part of, plant or animal. The cell, make sure each offspring, a cell has the same set of chromosomes as the parent cell. So when you're going to do mitosis, it will produce so that the offspring, the second cell that it makes, creates the same as what it originally was. Chromosomes are 2 DNA molecules or genetic materials held together by the centromere. Centromere is right here, so you'll have this right here and this right here. And they're called chromatids, so like this one side is one thing, this one side is another one. All right, there are going to be 5 basic phases in a cell's life cycle in mitosis. Not meiosis, but mitosis. You'll learn about meiosis in living environment, but we're looking at mitosis right now. All right, another massive hint, suggestion from myself is, even if you're not like the best artist, try to sketch this right here along with the type of phase that it is, because you want to write that down. So we have the prophase. In the prophase, and the DNA in the nucleus duplicates, and the centrioles move to opposite ends of the cell. So the centriole right here, here's your chromosomes. They duplicated, so one side's here, the duplicate is right here. And then off the centrioles, you have spindly fibers that stretch across to the center of the cell. In the second phase, you have the metaphase. In the metaphase, the duplicated DNA, right here and right here, line up in a straight line in the middle, in the center of the cell. And each of the centromeres attaches to the 2 centrioles, one from each side. So the centromere, this thing right here, connects to these things right here. So here's my chromosomes. They are doubled. Centromeres right here. And it connects to each of the centrioles on the side. And then you get the anaphase, the third one. Again, remember, try to draw or sketch these pictures out. It will help you to remember each of the phases. So the anaphase, during this, they actually divide. The centromeres are split in half, and one section of the chromosome goes to the centriole over here, and one goes to the centriole over there. So they move to the opposite sides of the cells to where the centromeres are. Or sorry, the centrioles are. The centromeres go over here, so you've got a chromosome going this way, the other half going this way. And then you get to the fourth, the telophase. And the telophase, a great example, one of the students said today was, it looks kind of like a telephone, where you got one side. So there's almost like two sides. They look almost similar. So like the telephone, telophase. What happens, and what you'll see here is those spindly fibers that were coming off the centrioles, they're gone. They're no longer there. You still have the centrioles. They're on the opposite sides. They're still there, but those spindly fibers coming off of them are gone. And each set of the chromosomes now form its own nucleus. Because remember, they started off and they doubled themselves so that now they could be split up. And it creates an exact copy of the parent. And it's now making a nucleus, and the cell actually splits into two new separate cells, which are basically copies of the original. And then finally, you have the interphase. The interphase is the last phase, the resting phase. It's when it's done everything that it needs to do, and it acts as the cell that it was before. So if it's a skin cell, it's now performing as a skin cell, and it is waiting for the next cycle. So if it has to do the 5 cycles again, go through the prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, interphase, it can do that again. All right, quiz time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd say the last set, you can do the 5 phases of the mitosis. Quiz 3 on the back of the table of contents. All right, number 1, as you grow old or grow and get older, your cells do what? Do they get smaller? Do they fill with DNA, combine with other cells, or divide and produce new cells? They're going to do this. They're going to divide and produce new cells. All right, the cell division begins with inside which cell organelle? What we learned last time. Is it the mitochondria, the cytoskeleton, or cytoplasm? Depending on what you look at, the nucleus or the endoplasmic reticulum. So it's pointing to the nucleus. That is what it is. Where everything starts, where the DNA is. That's where you're going to find the chromosomes. All right, what does the cell make sure each cell has at the end of mitosis? So when it goes to start, what does it make sure each one has at the end? Same number of chromosomes, twice as many chromosomes, half as many chromosomes, or different chromosomes. Well, what it starts with, it wants to end with. So it wants to end with the same number of chromosomes that it started with in the beginning before it doubled itself so that it could split apart to have the same number. What is a chromosome? Is it a pair of DNA information, cell organelle, part of the cell's membrane, or a piece of the ribosome? So these 3 have to do with the organelle. This one, the DNA information, that's in the chromosome, which is found in the nucleus, which is an organelle, a cell organelle. All right, what are the order of phases for mitosis? So my hint for you whenever you get a question like this is, as long as you know the starting and the ending, you can pretty much figure it out. So it ends with the interphase. So if it ends with the interphase, I can cross all these out, A and B. So it's either got to be the prophase or the metaphase is what it starts with. And it starts with the prophase. It goes prophase, meta, ana, tele, and interphase. All right, let's go to the anticipation guide. Number 7, in mitosis, the cellular DNA is duplicated in order to make a copy of itself. Absolutely 100% true. You want to basically a clone of the original so that it gets copied into the next cell. So they are the same exact cell. All right, number 8, the number of chromosomes is doubled after mitosis. After is your clue, no, false. You want it doubled in the In the prophase, the beginning phase, you want it doubled, so at the end you have the same number as the parent. All right, so mitosis begins in the nucleus, where the duplication of chromosomes take place. The first phase of mitosis is the prophase, in which is where the chromosomes are duplicated. The second phase of mitosis is the metaphase, which is where the chromosomes line up in the center and the centrioles go to the side. The third phase is the anaphase, which is where the chromosomes split and start to separate to the sides. Oops, sorry. The fourth phase is the telophase, where the chromosomes that are now on the side create their own nucleus, and the cells split into two new cells. And the fifth phase of mitosis is called the interphase, which is where the cell is ready to start the process over again and function as the original cell did. Like a skin cell is now acting as a skin cell, waiting for the 5 stages to go over again. All right, so that is it for the notes. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and I hope you guys have a great night.